नमस्कार। तो आज डॉक्टर रेखा आंटी की शो में आप सबके समक्ष हूँ। रेखा आंटी की ये बहुत ही खूबसूरत सी तस्वीर आप सभी देख रहे हैं और इसे देखकर ऐसे ही लगता है जैसे कि वो हमारे रूबरू हों, हमारे समक्ष हों। पर आज एक दुखद दिन है क्योंकि आज उनके निधन पर, उनकी मृत्यु पर हम सभी परिवारजन, रिश्तेदार और सभी दोस्त इकट्ठे हुए हैं उनके चौथे पर इस शोक सभा में यहाँ पर, क्योंकि शायद हमने सोचा ही नहीं था कि कुछ ऐसा होगा। आइए हम सब आज इस प्रेयर मीटिंग में उन्हीं की याद में 2 मिनट का मौन व्रत रखते हैं। ये जो आप भजन सुन रहे थे, प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम राम राम, उसके कुछ ऐसे बड़े ही प्यारे से बोल हैं जो कहते हैं, काशी मरत मुक्ति बिलत लेत राम नाम, परम इष्ट परम गोप्य मोक्ष राम नाम। बहुत ही खूबसूरत भजन है, आप सभी का प्रिय है और मुझे आज अत्यंत ही प्रसन्नता है इस बात की। मैं अपने आप को बहुत ही खुशनसीब समझती हूँ कि ये भजन जो मेरा गाया हुआ है मैं उनको आज अर्पित कर रही हूँ। एक ऐसी खूबसूरत शख्सियत को जो न केवल खुशी से भरी थी, जिंदा दिल थी, सबको प्यार करती थी, हमेशा खुश रहती थी, हमेशा मीठा ही बोलती थी। इसी सिलसिले को आगे ले जाते हैं। आइए हम सब मिलकर गायत्री मंत्र का उच्चारण करें डॉक्टर रेखा मेहता रेखा आंटी के लिए।
ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
Let me share with you all, Dr. Sanjay Dhawan is my senior, my teacher as well. He is a senior ophthalmologist, head of the department of Max Group of Hospitals, and is also from Lady Harding, the same alumnus college from which Rekha auntie has studied, I have studied, he has also studied. He has been kind enough to help me out in this ceremony, and so we have a strong enough representation of the medical world with him, Nirja auntie, myself, as a part of the medical fraternity as well. Thank you so much, Dr. Dhawan. Coming back to my dear Rekha auntie, and that's what I'll say, कि Rekha auntie, जिन्हें मैंने कभी भी नहीं सोचा था कि ऊपर से स्वर्ग से आप हमको नीचे देख रहे होंगे, और मैं क्या बोलूं कि हम आपको उसी तरह देखते रहे और उसी तरह देखना चाहेंगे और उसी तरह याद करना चाहेंगे जिस रूप स्वरूप में आप हमेशा हमारे साथ रही। मुझे नहीं मालूम था कि आपके दाह संस्कार पे, आपके अस्थि चुनने पे या विसर्जन पे मैं आपकी बेटी डॉलू के साथ इस तरह आपको गुड बाय कहूंगी, कभी भी नहीं सोचा था। मेरे लिए शायद आपका परिचय सब लोगों के लिए और सब लोगों के साथ हमेशा जिंदा दिली का रहा, सकारात्मकता का रहा, यानी पॉजिटिविटी का रहा, क्योंकि आप हमेशा पॉजिटिव थे, जो हमेशा अवगुण में गुण ढूंढता था, जो हमेशा नकारात्मकता में सकारात्मकता ढूंढता था। आप हमेशा वो हमें दर्शाती थी जो हमको देखना चाहिए। आप हमें हमारे अंदर की इनर स्ट्रेंथ, हमारे गुण दिखाती थी। आप हमेशा कहती थी प्ले ऑन योर स्ट्रेंथ। आप शायद न भी कहें तो आप देखती ही सिर्फ हमारे अंदर स्ट्रेंथ थी। और अगर इसी बात को मैं सिंपली इंग्लिश में बोल दूं तो मैं यही कहूंगी कि आपकी आंख में ना एक लेंस था, एक फिल्टर था, a filter to filter out only the goodness, the positivity and the strengths. जिस नजरिए से आप दुनिया को देखती रही, उसके अंदर बड़े इंटरेस्टिंग एस्पेक्ट्स थे, एस्पेक्ट्स जिसमें हंसी मजाक में आप सब कुछ टाल देती थी, और एक छोटा सा मैसेज जो आप मुझे हमेशा दे गई कि कोई भी ऑल्टरकेशन हो, कोई भी आर्ग्यूमेंट हो, उसमें तो पढ़ना ही नहीं है, पर अगर तुम्हें लगे कि वो सिचुएशन तुम्हारे बियॉन्ड है तो छोटा सा बहाना करके चली जाओ, मामला अपने आप ठंडा हो जाएगा। तो कुछ बातें जो मुझे हमेशा याद रहेंगी उनमें से कुछ ये हैं। आइए अभी छोटे से भजन के साथ हम उनको याद करते हैं। हे राम भजन अभी हम प्ले करेंगे।
हे राम हे राम। तू हे जगदाता विश्व विधाता,
तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता,
तू हे जगदाता विश्व विधाता,
तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता,
तू ही सब है तू ही शाम। हे राम हे राम, हे राम हे राम, हे राम हे राम, हे राम हे राम।
कुछ उनके बचपन की बातें, कुछ उनके माँ बाप से जुड़ी बातें, कुछ कॉलेज के साथ जुड़ी बातें। हमें तो मालूम ही है कि KL भुला अंकल और चंपा आंटी की वो सुपुत्री रही हैं और डॉक्टर नीरजा सिंह और लेट रवि भोला अंकल उनके भाई रहे हैं। पर जो शायद कुछ लोगों को नहीं मालूम है वो ये है कि उनकी स्कूलिंग दिल्ली में नहीं हुई थी। उनकी स्कूलिंग बांकेपुर हाई स्कूल पटना में हुई थी 1958 तक, और उसके बाद वो उड़ीसा चली गई जहां पर उन्होंने मैट्रिक करी। और उनके फादर हमेशा अपने बच्चों को कहते थे कि एक्सेल करो, कुछ करो, फेलियर से मत डरो। शायद वही बात उन्होंने अपने अंदर अपना ली कि करो, फेलियर से मत डरो। चिंता तो वो हमेशा करती थी, जैसे वरिसम कहते हैं, पर इस चीज की नहीं कि मुझे सक्सेस मिलेगा कि फेलियर, पर इस बात की कि मैं सब कुछ अच्छा करूं और सब कुछ खुशहाल हो और मैं सबको अपना सर्वस्व दे सकूं। कुछ सालों बाद उन्होंने मेडिकल ज्वाइन करा और लेडी हार्डिंग मेडिकल कॉलेज, जैसे कि हमने कहा कि यहाँ पे कुछ लोग हैं जो वही और उसी कॉलेज के पढ़े हुए हैं, उसको उन्होंने ज्वाइन करा और वो हमेशा ही फन लविंग खुशहाल रही। और उनका एक गैंग था 9 फ्रेंड, जिसमें से मैं समझती हूँ कि डॉक्टर स्पर्शा खन्ना भी यहाँ पर उपस्थित हैं और वो भी अपने कुछ शब्द बोलेंगी जब अभी थोड़ी ही देर में। तो ये तो कुछ उनके बचपन की बातें रही। 1970 में she met the love of her life, that is Pramod uncle, and of course then 2 beautiful children were born to her. Both of them are present right here, Tarun and Gauri. आइए अभी हम एक सामुदायिक गान सुनते हैं जो कि एक कम्युनिटी प्रार्थना है, प्रेयर है। इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता। इंटरनेट जयपुर रेडियो के फोरम से आओ झूमे गाएं एक म्यूजिक ग्रुप है और ये उन्हीं की प्रस्तुति है जिसमें डॉक्टर धवन भी लीड कर रहे हैं इस गाने को। आइए सुनते हैं।
इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना।
इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना।
हम चले एक रास्ते पे हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना।
इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना।
हम चले एक रास्ते पे हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना। इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। हम न सोचे हमें क्या मिला है, हम ये सोचे किया क्या है अर्पण।
फूल खुशियों के बाटे सभी को, सबका जीवन ही बन जाए मधुबन।
अपनी करुणा का जब तू बहा के, कर दे पावन हर एक मन का कोना।
हम चले नेक रास्ते पे हमसे, भूल कर भी कोई भूल हो ना।
इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना।
कुछ तो खास बात होगी ना कि ये गाना हमने क्यों गाया, बजाया और सुना। अगर आपने गौर से इसके शब्द सुने होते तो ये डॉक्टर रेखा मेहता का चरित्र चित्रण है। इसमें कुछ शब्द हैं जो ये कहते हैं, हम ना सोचें हमें क्या मिला है, हम ये सोचें किया क्या है अर्पण। सेल्फलेसनेस यानी हमेशा दूसरों के हित में सोचना, अपने आप को कभी भी उनके आगे न रखना, इसकी वो अपोस्टल थी, वो एपिटोम थी। हम न सोचें हमें क्या मिला है, हम ये सोचें कि हमने किया क्या है अर्पण। इस वक्त हमारे बीच आन्या है और आन्या उनकी ग्रैंड डॉटर है, उनके बेटे की बेटी है आन्या मेहता। और बड़े ही प्यार से आन्या ने एक छोटी सी मूवी बनाई है जो अभी आपके सामने प्ले होगी।
Hi, my name is Anya. I'm Rekha Mehta's granddaughter, and this is a PowerPoint celebrating Rekha Mehta's life. The perfect devoted wife, truly a marriage made in heaven. She was the world's most loving wife, mother, and grandmother. This is her being a caring mother-in-law on Chautha. This is Rekha Mehta doing my hair, summer of 2013. She loved all three generations around her with the same devotion. This is Rekha Mehta playing with me at a playground in Sanic Farms Club. This is her and her true love, the Alibaba, on an Alaska cruise in 2008. This is the Taj Mahal in June of 2016. This is Rekha Mehta doing blessings on Chautha, November 2008. This is her celebrating her 75th birthday at Bahama Breeze in Tampa. This is Rekha Mehta and me, some cute pictures of us. And this is two more pictures of me and Rekha Mehta. This is Rekha Mehta having fun in Alaska, September 2003. This is her supporting her beloved husband and son's sense of adventure. This is Rekha Mehta enjoying under the sun in Captiva Island. This is her enjoying a special dinner with the whole family in Argentina. This is Rekha Mehta loved her granddaughter and mother endlessly. This is a picture showing her lovely outfits that she got for me. This is Rekha Mehta enjoying a nice dinner on the Alaska cruise in 2003. This is her dancing the night away on the Alaska cruise. This is Rekha Mehta enjoying with Daldabav and the grandkids on Captiva Island. This is the Alaska cruise formal dinner, her attending it, 2003. This is Rekha Mehta looking like the coolest mom in the world. This is Rekha Mehta enjoying a beach day with the grandkids in Captiva Island. And this is another picture in Captiva Island of her with the grandkids. This is her with the love of her life on Captiva Island. This is Rekha Mehta with the other loves of her life on Captiva Island. This is Rekha Mehta, the avid seashell collector, collecting seashells on the island. This is her buying matching shoes for me and her in New Delhi. This is her doing a climb all the way up with high spirits. This is regularly in my mom bathing me in 2006. This is regularly in Dada Baba lighting up the dance floor. This is her adoring me with... This is her enjoying the thrill of a glacier landing plane ride out in Alaska, and this is regularly always by Dada Baba's side in the national park. This is her being her free-spirited self, enjoying an adventure. This is regularly in Alaska again. She is a truly kind-hearted and selfless grandmother, very comforting. This is regularly the travel lover on the Grand Canyon. She was always the center of our universe. This was regularly panning for golden Denali in 2003. This was her being a loving grandmother to me. This was her on the San Juan Islands. This is regularly carrying me and hosting my first birthday party in New Delhi. This is her being an avid reader and a very inspiring woman. This is regularly being a socialite beyond compare. This is her enjoying her favorite kind of food and soaking in the sunshine. This is her carrying around the heaviest bag as usual on the Alaska cruise. This is her with her husband and son in Fort Myers. This is regularly with Dada Baba always by her side. This is July 2013. This is her enjoying a beautiful hike in Alaska, August 2003. This was her after an enjoyable lunch with the family at Gymkhana Club. This was her engaging with her granddaughters in some beach fun at Captiva Island. A mom, grandmom, mother-in-law, and wife with a heart as large as the Grand Canyon itself. This is her sharing her laughs in her favorite place in the world, Las Vegas. This is her mocking a too eager photographer in 2013. This is regularly chilling with the penguins. She warmed the hearts of all those who had the good fortune. This is her enjoying a walk in Argentina. This is her and Dada Baba sightseeing in Fort Myers. This is regularly enjoying beautiful surroundings in the company of her family in Washington Coastline 2017. This is a very cute picture with her and the grandkids at West Palm Beach. This is her in Goribua at Washington Coastline 2017. This is her in the shadow of Mount Rainier with her granddaughter in Dada Baba. This is her sheltering and nurturing me at the Zion National Park. This is regularly introducing me to new foods. This is her introducing me to Della's family in 2006. This is her in her favorite traveling hat and sunglasses in Fort Myers. This is regularly celebrating an early wedding anniversary with her special ones. And this is her here in Florida at the Nature Preserve at Disney Animal Kingdom Resort. This is her eating the hotel breakfast buffet in Argentina in 2018. This is her enjoying her favorite pastime, slot machines in Las Vegas. And this is her playing, more pictures of her playing slots in Las Vegas. This is regularly potty training me with the utmost love and patience. And this is her being the coolest mom ever and partying with my dad. This is her becoming a mother-in-law again in 2002. This is her feeding me on the Grand Canyon. This is regularly in her favorite destination, Las Vegas. This is her being quite the accomplished palm reader. This is regularly enjoying a cup of coffee in Argentina. This is regularly having her favorite breakfast of eggs in her favorite company in Mount Rainier. This is her and my mom having a ball on the dance floor on the Alaska cruise. This is her and Dada Baba still madly in love after almost 50 years together. This is us in Orlando 2018. This is Rekha Dadi in with the latest WhatsApp technology. This is her at the top of the world. And she's a selfless and courageous woman. And this is her madly in love with Alibaba still after exactly 50 years together.
So अभी हमने देखा एक ऐसा व्यक्तित्व, एक ऐसा अस्तित्व जिसमें हमने उनका ये रूप देखा कि वो अमेरिका जाती थी और उन्होंने दुनिया देखी, क्रूज पे गई, लास वेगस गई, हॉलिडेज पे गई, बीच पे गई, अपने बच्चों के साथ, अपने ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन के साथ उन्होंने खूब समय व्यतीत किया। पर शायद किसी को ये बात नहीं मालूम कि उनको वाकई में अमेरिका जाना बहुत ज्यादा पसंद नहीं था। उनको ये लगता था मुझे बहुत ट्रैवल करना पड़ेगा। हमने तो इसमें इतनी सारी पिक्चर्स देखी जिसमें वो ट्रैवल ही कर रही थी, पर दरअसल ट्रैवलिंग उनका शौक नहीं था। उनको पसंद था कि मैंने बहुत पढ़ाई करी है, मैंने अपने प्रोफेशन में बहुत मेहनत करी है, मुझे बस चिल आउट करने दो, मुझे मेरे बिस्तर में बैठने दो, एक किताब पढ़ने दो, फन करने दो, ताश खेलने दो। और जब तक रमी और पपलू ना हो एवरी आफ्टरनून, जब वो वापस आती थी अपने काम से, तब तक उनका मन नहीं भरता था। कहती थी मुझे रात को नींद ही नहीं आएगी। और जहां तक यूएस का सवाल है, हकीकत तो ये है कि यूएस में उन्हें कोई और जगह पसंद आई या ना आई, कहीं ना कहीं उनका दिल लास वेगस के अंदर जरूर था। So although she mostly didn't like to travel, she would love to end up in Las Vegas, and she would love going to the casinos, and she would spend hours and hours on the 1 cent and then the 5 cent slot machines before she graduated to a 25 cent slot machine, leaving Pramod uncle complaining, you're blowing up all the family wealth. I wish those days would come back. The love of the lady, where her heart is Baba, Wing Commander Pramod Mehta. Pramod uncle, may I request you to please put on your mic, switch it on, and please pay the tribute to your...
So the two families used to meet and exchange visits, including children, except me, because I was never in Delhi. I was in the hostel or I was in Air Force. But once I happened to be in Delhi on leave from Air Force. So then they arranged a meeting and we met. So I found her pretty, gentle, and sweet. And I found that we had common interests and shared similar tastes, like visiting restaurants, hotels, dance clubs, wildlife sanctuaries, South Indian food, and playing rummy. And we got married on 20 November 70. And I found that I had found a constant companion and perfect wife. She was a multifaceted person. She was Orissa State badminton champion while at Ravenshaw College. She painted well, which she gave up to meet the time requirements of marriage. She was a kind-hearted, a gentle, unselfish, loving, and caring and nurturing soul, and always non-aggressive. You could misbehave with her, you could probably even insult her, and she will not strike back. Whereas I used to fight on her behalf if somebody misbehaved with her. So, but she will never retaliate. Yeah. And yeah, unselfish, loving, and caring and nurturing soul. And she would always try to shield my misdeeds and faults. She was heartbroken when I sent our darling son Tarun to Sanavar and and but she went along with my decision. And all these qualities kept our marriage going for more than 50 years until God took her away too soon because 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 maybe he needed more good people for his heaven. Now, towards the end, well, there is so much I can say about her. So nice, perfect wife, so gentle, nice to everybody, everything. So, having said all that, I will like to dedicate this poem, not written by me, uh, this poem to her. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. And I'll finish with this. Although there is much more I can say, but I can't say, I can't speak anymore now. Thank you.
Pramod uncle, I am absolutely certain that the Almighty is holding her palm with his hand, and that until you meet again, he will certainly take care of her. Tarun, may I request you to unmute your mic and say a few words, please?
Being raised by mom, it always seemed that mom had read a book titled What It Takes to Be the Best Mother Possible and somehow mastered the subject matter, and then scored 100 on the practical test and another 100 bonus points on top of that. But in fact, she was just naturally the world's best mom. Her approach to raising Dolu and me was so amazing that she handled all our faults and failings with the same love, patience, and devotion as our successes, resulting in every way in our becoming the people we are today. Once when I failed a math exam in 11th grade, she said, "कोई नहीं बेटा, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा फेल हो जाओगे, मैं भी फेल हुई थी मेडिकल कॉलेज में एक बार." She never made anyone feel uncomfortable or look down on anyone. I never remember an unhappy moment as a child, and how many children can truly say that as they look back on their childhood. It was the same thing when I would confide in her when Anya was growing up that mom, Anya got a D on her test. Sorry, Anya, for the reveal. And her response was exactly the same, which just goes to show how accomplished she was at flawlessly carrying out perhaps the most difficult task in life. Mom was also a miracle healer with both her voice and touch that would make all your physical and emotional pains go away. With the simple holding of your arm or the gentle rubbing of your back, no medicine or treatment required. Whether it was getting hurt after falling off a bike or coming home with a heat stroke after playing tennis, the treatment was love, tenderness, care, and devotion, and worked like a charm every single time. The sacrifices she made to enrich our lives never seemed to diminish hers, as she seemed to have an endless reserve of love and caring. Her advice, not only on how to be a good parent, but also on how to be a good husband, still resounds in my head every day. When Smita became her daughter-in-law, mom told me that I must constantly do the little things like call Smita several times a day from work and tell her sweet nothings like I love you, I miss you. She was always trying to make sure that we were a happy couple because she had known true love herself as a devoted wife. Also, mom got branded as the coolest mom ever to hang out with by all my friends, all the way from Nebraska to New York to New Jersey, and then all the way to Tampa. She touched hearts wherever people had the good fortune to be graced by her company. I have countless friends tell me over the years that they felt as comfortable around mom as they would around their best friend. Once a group of co-workers in Nebraska met mom and dad fleetingly at an office function, and they were so taken by mom's amazing and interesting personality that they invited them the next weekend to a previously arranged private lakefront party at the boss's house, insisting that they come. By the end, they were left begging her not to leave and keep entertaining them with her stories, her charm, and her warmth. Such was her effect on people. Mom had that effect on people everywhere she went, and her ability to strike up conversations with total strangers, and in a few minutes make them feel as if they had been lifelong friends was uncanny. I'd also like to share with you a poem written for mom on her special 75th birthday. Dear mom, you watched me grow with love and care, and you should know that without your love, I wouldn't be half the man that you made me. You are the best mother a son could ask for. You are every grandchild's dream and more. And may your love forever flow, and may God upon you blessings pour. You are the kindest, gentlest soul. Your words and touch do instantly heal. A bearer of peace, love, and hope. The impact on all you touch is real. The world is a better place, and I a better person for having lived in the shadow of your grace as the world's most loved and son. Mom, may you always dwell in our hearts and watch down on us from heaven until the day we are reunited. May you find much comfort and peace in God's loving care and know how deeply loved and missed you are. Thank you.
That are most beautiful words that you have said deep down from your heart. And for a parent as well to be appreciated during their lifetime is an exceptional feeling. बहुत कम लोग होते हैं जिनको उन्हीं की जिंदगी में वो प्यार मिलता है, वो अप्रिसिएशन मिलती है, और वो उन्हीं में से एक ऐसी लेडी रही जिनको सब जाके यही बोलते थे. मैं उनसे बोलती थी, आपके अंदर इतना पॉजिटिविटी का खजाना कैसे है? डॉलू गौरी मेहता चावला, may I kindly request you, Rekha Auntie's daughter, to please say a few words?
That's fine. Oh. Hi everyone. It's good to see you all. I just wish it would have been under more pleasant circumstances. But I guess that is not to be. So here goes. When Shivji created a mother, he must have used my mother as a template. She was everything a mother should be, magnified by a gazillion times. Mom was a complete nurturer, unselfish, kind, gentle, courageous, driven to serve, and loyal. She never put her needs first and never acted like a mother about it either. Mom was the epitome of a basic, uncomplicated, good human being. No one has any unkind words to say about her. That is a huge honor. My mom was a savvy dresser. She had a very liberal outlook. She was always the cool mom. She never passed judgment on anyone's choices. All my friends here and back home genuinely loved her and turned to her for sage advice. As a child, I loved falling ill because the TLC that she would give me just made me feel so good, and it was just beyond flawless. I was an awful student academically. She never derided me on my lack of motivation to study. In fact, she humbled her own academic and athletic achievements. Due to her support, I never felt inferior or undervalued. I feel cheated about not having a hand over my head anymore. But to give in to this grief would be betraying what she taught me. The only thing that motivates me to move ahead at this awful time is my mom's legacy of being brave and staying steady in a storm. Thank you.
So, just to share with those who are not aware, at least I wasn't aware that Rekha Aunty is a profound devotee of Shivji Bhagwan, and that her favorite temple was Prachin Shiv Mandir on Hanuman Road. I was simply unaware of it. So we move on to now watching a video sent by Dia and Sanjay all the way from Greenwood in the loving memory of their grandmother. लाख संभाला पागल दिल को फिर भी ये दिल धड़के ही जाए, है ना प्रमोद अंकल? हर पल बदल रही है रूप जिंदगी और यही है हकीकत इस जिंदगी की. Nirja Auntie Totumasi, Dr. Nirja Singh as she's formally addressed. Her dearest, dearest sister, the one who was like a rock behind her sister's treatment, care, admission, her 1 month long struggle in City Gangaram Hospital, struggle on the oxygen machine, a long journey. Nirja Auntie, may we have you?
Hello, I'm Nirja. Growing up as three siblings, me the youngest and Rekha the middle, I think Ravi and I got the full share of our parents' mollycoddling. And Rekha was supposed to look after us, which she did in every possible way, shielded my brother and me constantly from our parents' wrath. We had a fun filled childhood with a difference of just a year and a half between Ravi and Rekha. They would frighten me with drowning my favorite dolls in the well. Rekha went to Bakepur High School, Patna till 1958. Rekha the middle. I think Ravi and I got the full share of our parents' mollycoddling, and Rekha was supposed to look after us, which she did in every possible way, shielded my brother and me constantly from our parents' wrath. We had a fun filled childhood with a difference of just a year and a half between Ravi and Rekha. They would frighten me with drowning my favorite dolls in the well. Rekha went to Bakepur High School, Patna till 1958. Then Odisha, where she did her metric privately with an old cranky teacher. We used to make so much fun of Master Ji. He was straight out of the Hindi movies, and we spent hours imitating him. It was complete hysterics. Summer holidays were all about Khao Pio So Utho on repeat. Books like Georgette Hare, Regency Romances, P.G. Woodhouse, Doctor in the House series, The Scarlet Pimpernel were all a big part of our holidays. She and I devoured them together with Coke and ham sandwiches, which Rekha loved. She also went on to become a superb badminton player, winning accolades and innumerable awards, which were all stolen and sold off by our servant. In 1962, she joined the prestigious Lady Hardinge Medical College with a fun gang of friends, Suvarsha, Vidya, Bhavna, Urmil, Bindu, and I have forgotten the rest. Medical college was another ball game, carrying full human skeletons back and forth from college and hiding it from mom at home, who would have a complete meltdown when she saw the full skeleton hanging in the wardrobe. The medical school is where she really excelled, and I had to follow my elder sister on whom I doted. She included me, so much younger, a pesky sister in everything. Her friend circle, with whom I'm still friends with, took me everywhere. Her teenage parties, cricket matches, wonderful growing up years. Remember this one time when Rekha was in medical school and mom and dad fought like cats and dogs. I would write letters to her saying that they are going to have a divorce. 1962, an unknown word then. And she would console me. Then she got married and had children, little bundles of joy, but not without horror stories of Dolu having severe diarrhea at 8 months of age and rushing in the middle of the night to Harding for treatment. Also remember lovely holidays spent with Rekha and Pramod at Agra and Saharanpur. Then children grew up and got married and went abroad. And Rekha and Pramod followed them, traveling and discovering the world, which she loved. Yes, she did not like the travel from India to there. She always hated that bit. But the rest she enjoyed thoroughly because she was with her children and their children, whom she doted on. Do you know she was planning a trip to Corbett National Park the day she was admitted to the hospital? Another passion with her. It was not to be. I will miss her forever. Goodbye, sister.
Warm words. And may I add to this that she was so much in love with Nainital and Jim Corbett Park. I have also accompanied the family so many times to this destination, but this was also their honeymoon destination. And she loved to travel to Indian wildlife sanctuaries, US national parks like Yellowstone National Park and Las Vegas. And when we just shared about her passions, right? And her passion was not just gardening and reading true crime books, watching true crime serials and stories. Of course, it was Pakistani plays as well. And I personally feel, if not hundreds of books, maybe thousands of books, she must have read, wherein I used to see Dolu, her daughter, and she read the same books, Mills and Boons and Agatha Christie novels. And she was an excellent palmist. Every time you would meet, and if you were in a low phase, she would say, "Show me your palm. I'm going to read the palm for you." That was a huge passion for her, besides, of course, playing cards. And to those who don't know, we have revealed her sports interest as being a state level badminton champion in Orissa, but she was also in love with painting. You know, sometimes we feel that we know a person for 35, 40 years, and we have met at least 2 to 3 times in a week, but we don't know the person. And we land up discovering the person once the person is no more. Dr. Swarsha Khanna is here with us, and she must be in that original gang of Hardonian friends. She's right here with us. She's the one who was her batchmate and also established Dharamshila Cancer Hospital, which is now Narayana Dharamshila Cancer Hospital in Vasundhara Enclave in Delhi. Ever since I have known of Rekha Auntie, I have also known of her. Swarsha Auntie, are you there?
Now talking about Rekha, our beloved friend, Rekha was a wonderful human being and always wore a smile on her face and made us laugh endlessly for hours and hours when we were together. We spent 8 glorious years together at Lady Harding. And if I start talking about the fun we had, maybe I'll take years to talk about that. So that's not fair here. 9 of us were day scholars, and we were nicknamed as gang by our other classmates and fellow Hardonians, because we were a group of loud people sitting in that common room and taking over the common room with our chit chats and gupshup and halabola. That used to be the funniest. She was an excellent doctor who was finally appointed as head of the biggest ESI hospital of Delhi. It's called Masai Darapur. And instead of being very happy that now she's heading a big organization, we found her very, 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 very miserable. And one could not understand why is she miserable. And then finally, we came to know that she was being haunted, threatened by a very, 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 very corrupt organization and its people to sign wrong bills so that they can fill up their pockets. Well, if Rekha wanted, she could have done that. But no, Rekha was a very, very honest human being. Her upbringing never allowed that. Her soul never allowed her. So she took a premature retirement and said bye-bye to that very, very corrupt organization. The best part that we know about her is her devotion to her husband, Pramod. We thought she was treating him like a child. We all thought that. The way she cared for him, his health, his idiosyncrasies, his needs and wants, she was always there unconditionally to fulfill them all. And at times we used to get surprised, how can she do that? But she was really devoted to him. And when she went to Gangaram, the last chat I had with her, which was kind of sensible, and we could talk. Later she could not talk. And she told me, Suvarsha, Pramod ka dhyan rakhna. Pramod and Pramod and Pramod. All I heard from him was Pramod. She's blessed with two lovely children, Tarun and Gauri. I don't remember Tarun, I just saw him now. But the way he looked after her when she went to him, and she had a snake bite, and the way he looked after her was really remarkable. And when she's telling those stories, she's laughing away to glory. एक तरफ snake bite और एक उसकी हंस के बताना फिर ये क्या हुआ, फिर वो क्या हुआ. And she was a great storyteller. Dolu, salutes to you. I salute you. The way you came back all the way from London and you look after your parents. Every minor detail of their requirements you fulfilled. And again, I think this is a upbringing of a great mother, a doting mother, that she's inculcated the values of life in her children. नहीं तो आजकल के बच्चों का जो हाल है वो आप देखते हो कि फिर क्या करते माँ बाप के साथ. But she spread love and she spread everything possible under the sky, but everything, peace and love and happiness, and she got it all. We are sorry, we could not save her. We just couldn't save her. First 15 days, I was calling her up every day to find out how she is. All she could was Swarsha, bus. She couldn't talk. She just said Swarsha and bus. That's all she could say. Well, we are all sorry to lose her. We are very, very devastated to lose her. But then when we come to think about her, the 1 month of suffering that she's gone through, I think she didn't deserve that. And finally, she got relieved of her misery. And the Almighty, I'm sure, gave her the moksha and eternal peace. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Swarsha Aunty, for your kind words. It's all full of love and emotion, isn't it? So just to share with the few who don't know, that we did talk about her medical profession, but her favorite official dispensary was Saharanpur and not Delhi. And she reached the pinnacle of her profession when she got elevated to the chief medical officer. And I do remember that she used to say that my primary passion is to heal and to treat, and it is not about administrative issues. And so she said, even though I have become a CMO of senior administrative grade, and that you are very well aware, that she had got into the lead position at ESI Hospital in Basai Darapur, which is now a medical college as well. And even my own college, Lady Harding, there was a senior CMO MS position, which she was very hesitant to take, and she took premature retirement as a CMO. And in fact, it was her love was to be an Air Force officer's wife, because her love was Pramod uncle, and Agra was her favorite posting. There's a small little tribute which has come out from the medical fraternity. May I ask Dr. Dhawan to kindly play that tribute? It is doctors singing for doctors, and this is a small little
मधुबन खुशबू देता है, सागर सावन देता उसका जीना है, जो औरों को जीवन देता है, मधुबन खुशबू देता है। सूरज ना बन पाए तो बन के दीपक जलता, सूरज ना बन पाए तो बन के दीपक जलता चल, फूल मिले सच की राहों पे चलता चल, प्यार दिलों को देता है, अश्कों को दामन देता है, जीना उसका जीना है, जो औरों को जीवन देता है, मधुबन खुशबू देता है, सागर सावन देता है, मधुबन खुशबू देता है।
All the singers here are doctors who have paid this tribute to a fellow doctor. और हकीकत ही तो है ना, मधुबन खुशबू देता है, जीना उसका जीना है जो औरों को जीवन देता है. Not just in her medical profession but in real life, the fragrance of happiness and positivity. बन के दीपक जलता चल, आप हमारी जिंदगी में दिए की तरह ही तो उजागर हैं और उजागर रहेंगी. Rekha Auntie's brother-in-law, Prabhat Mehta, has not joined us today but has sent a tribute, and I would like to read it out. This is addressed to her dear Bhabi. He says, in addition to being a most loving mother, a truly exceptional, caring and loving wife, and a doting grandmother, she was a caring Bhabi. She was full of zeal for life. Together with Baba Bhai, they made an extraordinary, enjoyable company. I'm going to cherish in the deepest depths of my heart all those heavenly moments we spent together during our numerous trips, outings in India and in America. How much I wish the clock to be turned back. Rekha Bhabi, I wish you a very special place in heaven, one which is close to God, so that we can continue to be loved and cherished there as you have been cherished so much on earth. Lots of love, Prabhat. May I now request Juhi Singh to unmute. She wants to recite a poem for her Masi.
I'm just going to read out a poem that's been read various times and dedicated to families in the hope that they gain their strength back after a big loss like this. This is dedicated to Rekha Masi from me and my sisters. Do not stand by my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I am the thousand winds that blow. I am the diamond glints in snow. I am the sunlight on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. As you awake in the mornings with morning's hush, I am the swift, upflinging rush of quiet birds in circling flight. I am the day transcending night. Do not stand by my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die.
Oh, we have. मुझसे बोला नहीं जा रहा है। इसको बार बार मैं म्यूट में डालती हूँ फिर हट जाता है।
निशब्द में ही शब्द होते हैं ना, ऐसी शख्सियतों को शब्दों में तो नहीं बांधा जा सकता। Meanwhile, while Juhi collects herself, may I request Dr. Dhawan, can you please play the film sent by Ranveer Bhola, who is the son of Rekha Auntie's brother, late Ravi Bhola's actually grandson. So it's Sunny's son, Ranveer, who has made a small little film in remembrance of Rekha Auntie. Ranveer.
वो फोटोज हैं।
Back again with you. My father, Dr. S.M. Dewan, would like to speak something for her sister, Rekha Auntie.
I believe our life is like a journey in a train with friends and relatives as co-passengers. The train of life moves on. If my destination station is the next, I must get off after saying goodbye to the co-passengers who will continue their further journey till they reach their destination station, and they also should get off. Sometimes, however, the halt at the station is so short that there is no enough time left to even bid goodbye to the co-passengers. The unfortunate incidents was with Rekha Mehta, my sister, who could not find time even to say goodbye to her near and dear ones. For almost a month, we all believed, wished, and prayed that her fight with Corona will end. It'll end soon. She'll be healthy, happy, returning home. Alas, that was not so. She fought bravely the battle of life for 30 days. Recapturing and encompassing my memories with Rekha is a seemingly impossible task. She was a multifaceted personality, full of energy, life, and compassion. I remember her as a medical student, a doctor, working for the state government in Delhi, treating poor and helpless patients with empathy, serving the weaker section of the society, but happily. She was the one who always acted with honesty, with honest thoughts, a gentle touch, and a positive approach. Her analytical ability and practical approach to life was par excellence. I found in her a friend, a guide, a mentor, and a go to person for all solutions and my personal problems. Such a dedicated daughter she was that I remember she leaving her hospital late in the day, traveling all the way to Greater Kailash to read a newspaper to her father, who had unfortunately lost sight due to old age. These qualities mix so well with her, so well with her nature, that anybody can say, this was the lady whom we appreciated. She was not only very serious doctor and family person, she was also very fun loving. And that part of her life was her passion for a game of cards, for wildlife, nature, her regular visits to animal sanctuaries, of which I also had occasions and pleasures to join her and enjoy. Passing away of Rekha will always be an irreparable loss to all of us, to all those who met her, to all those who were associated with her. To all our friends who loved her and known her, especially the family, I'll quote, say not in grief that she is no more, but say in thankfulness that she was with us. Amen. And to my dear sister Rekha, I'll say, I will sorely miss you. You are gone, but never forgotten in my heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Daddy, for your kind words. May I now request Smita, her daughter-in-law from Tampa, Florida, to speak a few words.
Mummy treated me like her own daughter, always guided me, taught me, understood me, and cared for me, loved me. She treated everyone with so much kindness, and that's how I will always remember her. I'm going to miss her so much. May she rest in peace, and may God give us all strength to bear this loss. I love you, Mom. Miss you a lot. Rest in peace.
I know it's difficult to recollect and also control one's emotions. Would you like to say something more, Smita?
Well, I mean, it's good. I remember just one thing, actually a lot of things, but Karwa Chauth, my mother-in-law, she used to tell me, Beta, chai pee le, drink some tea, have some fruits. I'm like, Mom, no, I'm fasting for your son. I'm not going to eat anything. Like, no, Beta, eat. I feel bad. I'm like, no, I'm okay. She was always supportive. I can't believe she's no more. I love you, Mom. I always will. That I can't say anymore. I have no words.
Madhuri Mehta, Madhu Chachi is right here with us. Madhu Chachi, you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yep.
Hear me? Rekha Bhabhi, she was not only a sister-in-law to me, she was just like a friend in whom I could confide. And similar, she used to confide in me as well. She was a warm, very lively person, fun-loving, always making light of things and situations. Being a part of the family, I always felt close to her. In a house full of men, I would confide in her constantly and shared a lot. It filled the void of not having another woman in the house. In the last few months, we met frequently, and I thank God for giving us those moments with her to cherish. Our trips to Corbett will never be the same without you, Rekha Bhabi. We will miss her terribly, and I will miss her calls too. Love you, Rekha Bhabi, and miss you a lot.
Thank you so much. Is Mr. Rajiv Kohli here? He was supposed to come in, but I'm also told that he may not be able to join. In case he's not here, I will read out the message he has sent out. We all know how close Della as a family, a friend has been, and Rajiv ji is her brother. He's not here in this meet, I believe. Is he around? Okay, I'll go ahead and read the message that he had sent out. He says that we would like to offer to you and your family our deepest and most sincere condolences on the sudden demise of Auntie. May her soul rest in peace. May our friendship and prayers ease you through this difficult time. We know words will not suffice. And to express the heartfelt sorrow that we feel for the passing away of Auntie is truly true to our own heart. With a very heavy heart, we pray for the eternal repose of one who was a woman of distinguished humanity, a woman with a beautiful soul full of love and faith, ascended to heaven, away from us, but yet close to our heart and now closer to God, leaving with us, unfortunately, loneliness and sadness. Om Shanti. I will now request the grandchildren to speak a few words. That will be Anya and Sanjay both. But on a lighter note, the kids in the family just sent to me how much she loved her grandchildren and what all she did for them. She would enjoy cooking for them. She would enjoy making sandwiches. I remember in my childhood, she used to make caramel custard and bake cakes for us. And of course, Chinese food and Cheetos were her best snacks. Sanjay, can you please unmute yourself?
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, it's so nice to see all these familiar faces. Given the circumstances, it's unfortunate, but Mom's cousins, Rick and Ani's side of the family, Nanavava's side of the family, it's really good to see all of your faces. I wish I could see it more often, but we're all brought together here with Rick and Ani's love and warmth that she exhibited in our lives in unique ways for each one of us. I have a speech written. I'd like to begin though with what I wrote on my slide in the video we made. I believe there was a technical error and it got cut off, so I'll begin with that. This is just a brief snippet. To my dearest Rick and Ani, a loving grandmother, yet a greater friend. If only we had more time together. Your memories, love, and presence will never cease to exist. Oh, how I will miss your voice, hugs, and laugh. You were the most selfless person I ever knew. With lots and lots of love, today, tomorrow, and forever. Sanjay. Now, I also have a speech ready. To my dearest and sweet Rick and Ani, you are the kindest person I ever came across in my short 20 years on this earth. You were always happy, no matter the circumstances, and exhibited a warmth and guidance to anyone you came across. There was no greater feeling than walking out of the airport, being hit with the warm air of Delhi, and seeing you and Nanavava side by side, waving and embracing us with hugs, and embracing us with hugs as you welcomed us home. No matter where in the world we were, you had the ability to make it feel like home, simply with your presence. I feel lucky to have had so many memories with you. The train museum, the jungles, School of the Blind, Singapore, Captiva, Greenwood, Tampa, and my very favorite, H Block. Never have I slept as well as I did in your bed Never have I slept as well as I did when in your bed between you and Nanavava. Never have I enjoyed getting in trouble as much as when it was you busting me. Never have I enjoyed eating as much as when it was you feeding me. Never have I enjoyed being loved as much as when it was you loving me. You were a light in my life and someone I have learned so much from. You taught me to be brave. You taught me to love those around me more than myself. You taught me to look for the good in people while expecting the worst. Most importantly, you taught me what it means to be a proud Indian and Hindu. There are so many stories I have been looking forward to telling you, so many experiences we are yet to have together, and so many laughs we are yet to share. I am heartbroken that you have been taken away from us so early. However, my pain is eased knowing that you lived such a fantastic and fulfilling life with no regret, one that was filled with love. During our video, we chose to play Kolhonaho because it talks about living each moment to the fullest, as if there may not be a tomorrow. You did just that. While doing so, you better the lives of those around you with your presence. You were no ordinary grandmother, nor were you an ordinary lady. You were the best of the best, a true hero in my eyes, and someone I will always look up to. While you may not physically be here, you'll always be with me in my dreams. And on those dark and dreary nights where I can neither sleep nor dream, you will be in my memories, always loved and never to be forgotten. I love you, Rekha. I love you with all my heart and cannot accept the fact that I will not be able to see you again. However, I'm brought comfort by a dialogue from your famous actor, Shah Rukh Khan. Picture abhi baki hai, mera dost. I know that your presence and impact in my life will continue into eternity. Your role as a guiding light in my life has certainly not concluded, and your legacy does not end here. I'd like to end with a very simple statement that I took for granted far too often. Bye, Rekha. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti, Sanjay. Bitti, you have expressed your desire to speak a few words. Shikha Bhutani, are you there? Shikha Bhutani?
Yes, Puja. Yeah, I'm right here.
Yes, please.
Yeah, and am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, you are.
There is so much that I want to say right now. I mean, the last 2 days have, we've been totally devastated, absolutely devastated. Rekha, one word that I think when I think about her is happy. She was happy, she was kind, she was generous, and she brought life to any environment that she walked into. Her presence is always going to be missed. And I have so many memories that I want to, talk about right now. I remember my trips to Saharanpur and to Agra with Rekha, Pramod Taya, Dolu Tarun. And I remember a time in Agra when I fell down. My parents were not with me and I fell down and I got hurt. And it was Rekha, and I was small. I was a child and there was blood oozing out. And I remember Rekha coming and comforting me and, and memories like that and trips to Corbett and, how she would always, so we had 3 sisters and how she would always mix up our names. And she would in a very funny tone, she would say, Bitti, Dipu, Nikki. And, her voice is always, it rings in my ears, every time I think about her. We miss you so much. You're irreplaceable. We'll miss you, Rekha. I will miss you a lot.
Bunny, Rekha Auntie's nephew sends in a message and he says, our beloved Rekha Bua was a gem. Cannot fault her. Her warm hospitality every time at home. She was very, very close to both her parents and religiously called up every morning to check upon the entire family. She was a warm, happy, and a very down-to-earth lady. Sadly, lost another genuine gem. We love you, Rekha Bua, and you must be at peace to reunite with your family. So Parul writes, Rekha Auntie's legacy and memories will live through you, Dolu. Dolu, are you hearing? And Tarun, she writes, Rekha Auntie, your legacy and memories will live through Dolu, Tarun, and her three amazing grandchildren. I have nothing but beautiful and fun memories of Auntie. God bless Pramod Uncle and the whole family. May Auntie's soul rest in eternal peace. As we come towards the close of this prayer meet, you see, whatever begins has to have an ending. Neither is birth in our control, nor is death in our control. But the legacy not just survives and lives on with her children, but actually with her grandchildren. We have seen the love and affection that they have expressed in the collage and pictures and movies that they have sent across and what they have expressed. We have had Sanjay say a few words and also a film by Sanjay and Dia. Anya also sent us a film, and Ranveer also, the next generations, did send us the film. We have Anya now who wants to say a few words. And then we will speak the final prayers. So kindly hang on for another 5 minutes.
Puja, Madhuri Chachi also would like to speak if there's time.
Yes, of course. Let Anya speak and we come back to you, Madhuri Chachi.
So the first thing I wanted to say is I love Rekha Dadi and I miss her a lot. And it really sucks seeing my dad really upset and my mom really upset and Goibur really upset and everyone mourning her and me having to mourn her. I wish that we didn't have to. I wish that she was still physically with us, but that doesn't mean that she's gone. I mean, she's never going to be gone. We all remember her and we're all always going to love her. She's never going to be forgotten. So just because she's not physically here doesn't mean that she's gone. And it's been a while since I've gotten to see her just because like of COVID, but I've texted her every day while she was in the hospital, and sometimes, wouldn't get a response, like, cause, but I don't know. I guess I just have to say that I love her and I miss her, and it's a tragedy, but she's not gone, and she's gone, but she's not forgotten.
Chachi, you wanted to speak? Yes, please.
I'm just starting with a little quote. She let go completely and wholly, without hesitation or worry. She just let go of all the memories that held her back. She let go of the anxiety that kept her from moving forward. In the space of letting go, Rekha Bhabi must have had a small, gentle smile over her face. A light breeze must have blown through her, blessing her. And the stars, the moon, and the sun watched over her, and then again shone forever. Rekha Bhabi let go of her memories, but we have them. We each one carry the legacy of her memories. I will miss her vivacious company, her great conversations, warm hugs. We shared a lot in our lives. In our journey as the Mehta Bhaus. In fact, our journey began nearly together, barely a day apart, 50 years ago. As young daughters-in-law, we would have so many giggling sessions. Our families would go for holidays to Corbett, and the family dinners at the Taj Mansingh, House of Ming, and the Machans were weekend must-to-do things. Rekha Bhabi was a great doctor. At a dinner get-together, she noticed my daughter Bhavna rubbing her back and her neck, and pronto she diagnosed, she's got the chicken pox. She was right. And then it was my son Gaura's turn and mine to go down with it. Till the other day, Rekha and I would get into fits of laughter. In our memory lane, we both never forgot our encounter with a pot-bellied Panditji. Both of us were draped in heavy wedding saris, covered heads, and had to touch his feet. And each time we tried to get back, our heads would hit his huge tummy, and we would fall down again at his feet, losing our balance. The poor Panditji got fed up, blessing us. And we were in splits of laughter, and we got dirty looks from all around, but we couldn't help it. We were newlyweds with new heavy saris. There's so many throwback, lovely moments in our journey of life. My family and I, we pray and send our blessings to Pramod Bhai, Tarun and Gauri and all their families and grandchildren to give them strength and courage to face this intense personal loss. Oh.
We will now we will chant the Shanti part, but before that, we'll listen to one or two bhajans. Dr. Dhawan, could you play back to back Koi Bole Ram Ram and Param Pita Paramatma?
कोई करे पूजा कोई सिर निभाए कोई पढ़े वेद कोई पढ़े वेद कोई कतेब कोई ओढ़े नील कोई सुपेद सुपेद कारण करण करी करीम कारण करण करीम कृपा तार रहीम रहीम कारण करण करीम
मेरे परम पिता परमात्मा कर सब दुखां दा खात्मा हर पासे सुख दी आस करां हथ जोड़ के मैं अरदास करां मेरे परम पिता परमात्मा कर सब दुखां दा खात्मा रोक ले दुखां दी आंधी नूं एह दुनिया मुकदी जांदी नूं हुण बख्श दे कीते गुनाहां नूं नाले पा दे सिद्धियां राहां नूं मेरे परम पिता परमात्मा कर सब दुखां दा खात्मा। सारी दुनिया तैनू पुकार रही, तेरे रहम दा कर इंतजार रही। तेरी मेहर जे हो जाए एक बारी, हो जाएगी दूरे महामारी। मेरे परम पिता परमात्मा कर सब दुखां दा खात्मा। हर पासे हाहाकार होई, एह दुनिया हुण लाचार होई। सुन ले विनती हुण बच्चेआं दी, ए गल हुण वस्सों बार होई। मेरे परम पिता परमात्मा कर सब दुखां दा खात्मा। मेरे परम पिता परमात्मा कर सब दुखां दा खात्मा।
ये कहते हैं, एक बारी गल सुन ले तू मेरी, खत्म कर दे तू ए महामारी। एक बारी गल तू सुन ले मेरी, खत्म कर दे तू ए महामारी। जब ये शब्द लिखा होगा तब और अब, महामारी आज भी है, महामारी तब भी थी। मेरे परम पिता परमात्मा, मेरे परम पिता परमात्मा कर दे सब दुखां दा खात्मा। एक बार सुन ले अर्ज मेरी, कर दे सब दुखां दा खात्मा। आज डॉक्टर रेखा मेहता की दिवंगत आत्मा के लिए हम शांति पाठ का उच्चारण करते हैं। मेरी सबसे विनम्र आग्रह है कि आप सब हाथ जोड़े नमन करें, नतमस्तक हों और उनकी आत्मा के लिए ये शांति पाठ करें। इस शांति पाठ के पश्चात इस शोक सभा, इस चौथे, इस प्रेयर मीट, इस वर्चुअल प्रेयर मीट का हम समापन करेंगे। आइए सब मिलकर हाथ जोड़ते हैं, नमन करते हैं। शांति पाठ। ये आज का समारोह डॉक्टर संजय धवन की हेल्प, असिस्टेंस, सहयोग के बिना कतई ही पूरा नहीं हो सकता था। डॉक्टर धवन, कैन यू प्लीज show yourself, unmute yourself, come on to the video, sir, please.
Thank you very much. It's an honor and privilege to be part of this prayer meeting and to be able to pay the final tribute to a noble soul who was my senior from Lady Hardinge Medical College.
Thank you so much, sir. नमस्कार। आप सबसे हम विदा लेते हैं। आशा करते हैं कि ऐसे दुखद समारोह पे फिर से न मिलना हो हमारा, और सुख की स्थिति में हम सब रूबरू मिलें, खुशियां बांटें। नमस्कार।